This is a great lick that Joe does over the 5 chord. He starts it as he comes in on the 5, and then it goes back to the 4, back to the 1, and he travels through different positions on the neck, up the neck, and then back down the neck. It's in G minor pentatonic. I've taken this from a video that I'll put a link to I'll put a link in the description below so you can watch it. And it's a 12-bar blues that he goes through a couple of times. And I thought I'd just take out this one lick because it's so good. So let's play it a couple of times and then I'll break it down slowly. Right, so we're in G minor pentatonic, G blues. So the 5 chord, so we've got a G, we've got a C for the 4, and then we've got a D for our 5 chord. So when it goes to the 5 chord, that's when this lick starts. Now when you're soloing a 12-bar blues, when you go to the 5 chord, you can take that 5 and do the minor pentatonic off that 5. So in this case, you can think of it as the D minor pentatonic. If that's a bit confusing, then you can still think of it just as G minor pentatonic and just adding in a couple of notes. So I'll go over both sort of mindsets for that now. So it starts off, so you can think of D minor pentatonic. So we've got G minor pentatonic first of all, box 1. And then D minor pentatonic in that same position would be. So the lick starts, so it starts on the 3rd fret of the B string. So this would be a D note. So that's like your D root if you're thinking D minor pentatonic. And then the 6th fret of the B will be the minor 3rd for D. So if you think of this as G minor pentatonic, it will be your 5 and your flat 7. So both notes are in both scales. So it starts off 3rd fret B string, and then a little bit of a tweak on the 6th fret of the B, back to the 3rd fret B, and then back to the 6th fret of the B. So we're rocking between both, and then he does quite a big vibrato, but it's like a bent vibrato. So it's a bit sharp, and then he's bending it, because remember, if you think because it's on the 5 chord, it's D, it's the minor 3rd of D. If you're giving that a bit of a bend, it's hinting towards the major 3rd, so it sounds really bluesy and cool. And then it gives it some vibrato. So the first part, and then straight away we're going to go high E string, 3rd fret to the 5th fret on the high E. So this note here, the 5th fret high E, that's not in the G minor pentatonic. You can add it in, it will become the 9. But if you're thinking D minor pentatonic, it's the 5 of D minor pentatonic. And then straight after that note, put your middle finger down on the 4th fret, keeping this first finger on the high E 3rd fret. We put our middle finger on the 4th fret and do a pull off from the 4th to the 3rd. Now in D minor pentatonic, this note would be your blues note. But if all that confuses you, just think of it as G minor pentatonic with a couple of added notes. Then straight after that, we're going to move positions. First of all, we're going to grab, when we've done that pull off, we reach over with our ring finger and grab the 4th fret of the B string. Now this is where we do a transition. We grab that note, then our middle finger, we grab the G string on the 5th fret and slide into the 7th fret of the G. And that puts us in box 2 of the minor pentatonic. So now we've moved, the progression has gone from the 5 chord and now it's gone to the 4 chord. And then we're going to move down and it ends up finishing on the 1. So when you've slid up to that 7th fret on the G, So now we're in box 2. Straight away with our ring finger we're going to play the high E, 8th fret, give it some vibrato, and then we're going to come back over with our first finger and grab the 6th fret with our first finger and give that a tweak, because now we're back in the minor third of G minor. And then straight after that it's time to do another position shift. So we're going to slide over now into box 3 with our middle finger. Middle finger right up to the 9th fret of the G. So now you can think of we're being in the BB box, so this is at the major pentatonic, this note. So we're going to slide into there with our middle finger. Then grab 8th fret, first finger, that's our G note. And then we're going to chromatic from the 10th, 10, 9, 8. That's what we're going to do in that box. We've travelled from box 1, 2 and 3. Let's do it from the beginning really slow. So when we finish that chromatic run, now it's time to go into box 4. So to get into box 4, with our ring finger, we're going to grab the 11th fret of the B and slide into the 13th, and that's put us in box 4. And then we're going to come back with our first finger on the 11th fret, which finds itself there perfectly, and give it some vibrato. Now where to go from there? With our ring finger we're going to grab the 12th fret of the G. So we're in now box 4, we're just going to come up the minor pentatonic. First finger, 10th fret of the G. Then 12th fret of the D. And then we're going to move over and then do a bend. We're going to bend a half step down. And then play it when we come back up. Then rock over with our first finger, 8th fret of the D. Then we're going to grab the 10th fret, which is our G note, 10th fret of the A. And then the lick finishes with the first fret. The 8th fret on the B string. And that's our root. So that whole position slowly. Let's watch the lick and go through it again slowly. At that point up here you could hammer in, it's that minor third, that major third there for the G, and just clean it up with a bit of major. Come straight back into box 1 to finish off the progression. Again, really slow. might go into, if this is quite popular and you guys want some of the other licks, watch the video. It starts off about 43 seconds into the clip, into the video, and if there's some other licks you want breaking down out of it, then I'll happily do it if any of you guys request it. If you can tackle this lick, then you can, you'll pretty much be able to do the whole 12-bar blues. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys soon.